What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we're talking tier number 2 of what I believe to be some of the best designer fragrances released from men in 2025. Now, instead of doing 12, I ended up making it 15 because the first tier was 12, second tier was gonna be 12 again, but there was some I just couldn't leave out, and still there's gonna be some where some of you are gonna be like, I can't believe you didn't put this in here. Why is that not there? Where is this fragrance? So breathe. Just because you may love something doesn't mean I felt it fit into this particular topic. So, differing opinions, it's all good. But, in my opinion, this is tier number 2. The best designers released in 2025. There's links down below if you want to check any of them out. Let's get into it. Stay tuned. I'm just going to say it. Coach's best fragrance for men. Coach Eau de Parfum. Yep. This is, sure, it's in the vein of Absolu Invictus, but not really. Sure, it's in the vein of Sauvage Elixir, but not really. Very leathery. And still, even though the notes don't dictate it, I smell that kumquat pear fruitiness of the original Coach for Men. Like, it still has that fruity freshness, but spicy and leathery as well. Like, I believe cardamom's the spice. You have a leather accord. This is a great fragrance. This is, like, really good. It has this spicy aromatic aftershave with that fruity fresh accord, that not sweet juicy fruit smell, which is what the kumquat and the pear offered in the original Coach for Men. This smells like a blend of the original Coach for Men and something along the lines of Absolu Invictus and Sauvage Elixir. Because, sure, you got the spices and the woody aromatic side of it, but this is really good. Above average performer, not a beast. It is the best performer. It's 6 to 8 hour fragrance and longevity. It's pretty strong in the first hour to hour and a half, but this is totally worth the money. It's not as cheap as the others. This is a 60 ml. It's, probably $20 or so more from discounters than Platinum, Blue, Green, the original, but it's also the best one. And for the cooler weather, 'tis the season. This is great. Starting things off, we've got Coach for Men, Eau de Parfum. Spicy, sweet, woodsy, doesn't really have any of that aquaticness or earthy tones of Victory Elixir, but at first I was like, it's just okay. But I wore it a couple of times. It grew on me. I do think it's one of the better releases of the year. Invictus Victory Absolu from Rabanne. Yeah, it grew on me for sure. It's spicy, it's sweet, it's woodsy. Like I said, it lacks that earthy patchouli smell and that heavier side of the smoky incense smell of Victory Elixir. It makes a sweeter, woody fragrance overall. So really doesn't smell like anything Invictus related, but it does tie into the Victory flankers because you got Invictus Victory Elixir, and now Victory Absolute. They started making a flanker line within. It's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. The sweetness is very reminiscent of the sweetness that you already get in Invictus Victory and Victory Elixir. Again, you get a light nuance of that kind of incense that you get from the first two, but really I wouldn't call it near as smoky as the first two. But yeah, much more woodsy than the others. If you like sweet woody aromatics, you might enjoy this one. Again, I thought it was just kind of nothing special the first time I smelled it. While I still don't think it's the most special fragrance, I still think Victory Elixir is the best of the bunch. It's actually a really good release for them. They tried something a little different. It fits into the mold of what they're trying to do with the bottles with the V on them. So I like it. Really good performer, as with every Invictus fragrance. It's a great performer. So one that you might want to give a shot and try, because it definitely grew on me. Rabanne's Invictus Victory Absolute. Some may like it, some may not. I quite enjoy it. Even though they don't list the star fruit, it still smells like Versace Man Eau Fraiche with YSL Myself blended into it, basically. Man Eau Fraiche Extreme. It's a fresh aquatic orange blossom fragrance, basically. You take Versace Man Eau Fraiche, citrusy, juicy, watery, clean musk, a little touch of fresh, spicy accord, like this light green smell, and add orange blossom. And ramp up performance a bit. 6 to 8 hour range of longevity. I think it's pretty damn good, actually. Because I like orange blossom. I'm a fan of orange blossom fragrances. I like the YSL Myself line. And obviously, I'm a huge fan of Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Bottle's gorgeous. This kind of midnight royal, not quite navy, somewhere between navy blue and a deep royal with the gold accents. The bottle is stunning. Like the color scheme, absolutely stunning on this one. But the fragrance itself, I think really good, underappreciated. Don't knock it before you try it. I liked it from the start. I ended up loving it after I started wearing it. Again, it's really good. Really good. Heavier on the lemon, more so than that star fruit, right? But I think it's one of the best of the year. It's Versace Man Eau Fraiche Extreme. Fruity Spicy Leather. Forever Wanted Elixir from Azzaro. A lot of people really, really like this one, and I like it too. I quite enjoy it. Raspberry leather, spices, kind of in the vein of Tuscan leather, but it's not really Tom Ford Tuscan leather at the same time. It does smell like it belongs in the Azzaro Wanted line. It's more that sweeter side of things, more so than like an animalic rough and spicy leather. Very fruity. Very juicy fruit and sweet. The raspberry is just stunning in this. It's super juicy. Really, really good stuff. I strongly encourage you try this. If you like previous Wanted fragrances, there's an argument for this being number one. I'm still a Most Wanted guy, the black bottle. I still hold that as the top of the mountain for me, but I would put this right behind the Most Wanted Parfum. This is like number 3 for me in the line, above Wanted by Night even. And a lot of people love some Wanted by... I wore Wanted by Night not that long ago. Really good. They did good with this release, I gotta say. Performance, really good as well. We've got Azzaro Forever Wanted Elixir. Now, redundant if you have the EDT or the Intense, but it takes highlights of the EDT and the Intense and makes it rich. It's a parfum version, and I'm talking about Born in Roma. This is Born in Roma Extradose. I do have the EDT. I do have Born in Roma Intense as well. It's basically like a thicker take on the opening of the EDT with the dry down of the Intense. It's a little sweet. It's woodsy. It's got this smoky element that I've always gotten from literally all of them, more so in the Intense than anything else, with a little bit of that kind of like Invictus bubblegummy sweetness. I know some people agree with me when I say that. Some people disagree with me. I get a little bit of that type of sweetness in here, but I absolutely love this. Super mass appealing stuff. This is like a poster child for the term mass appealing fragrance. Squirt gun atomizer, those atomizers kind of shit on it. As you can see, it's shooting across the freaking room. It's this particular bottle. I don't think it's all of them because none of my other Valentino Born in Romas do this. Like Coral Fantasy or the Womo Gold or any, none of those do that. So it's this particular bottle. It's a freaking squirt gun. It's terrible. Let's see if we can try to, if we press it really hard, if we can adjust it. The mist got a little bit wider, but it's still like shot way over there. It smells great in here, though. Performance, really good. Not a beast, but rich, lingers, sillage monster. Sillage and longevity monster here. It's not a screamer off the skin. The EDT and the Intense are louder fragrances, but this is the better fragrance. If you don't have the other two, you just need this one. If you have the other two, pretty redundant to get this one. You got to just be a big fan of the DNA to want to have all three, which I am. And I love it. Valentino's Born in Roma Extradose. A little bit of fruitiness, some enhanced spice, but overall, a lot of the previous versions' DNA. Jean-Paul Gaultier's L'Amour Elixir Absolu. So you get a little bit of this plum fruitiness at the top, just a little bit. It doesn't stay a long time, which I know was disappointing for a lot of people. Has an enhanced spiciness from the original, but still has that powdery, earthy, sweet, aromatic smell. Like the honey, the tonka, the vanilla, all those elements are here. I don't really get the tobacco earthiness, but lavender, everything's here for the most part. Great performer, beast of a fragrance, just like the previous L'Amour Elixir. If you have the other one, you don't need this one, but honestly, I prefer this one because it's got everything that's good about L'Amour Elixir and then adds that fruitiness and a little bit more spice to it that you really don't get from the previous one. Even though the plum's short-lived, I do like the little bit of dose of fruitiness that we do get in here. I think it's a great release. Obviously, you don't need a big bottle. 75 mLs are the way to go for me because they're really strong. 3 sprays is plenty on a strong fragrance like this. But I do think it's one of the better releases this year. JPG's L'Amour Elixir Absolu. We had the Parfum in the first tier, and I know some people would switch it around. They would prefer this one over the Parfum. It's just a preference thing, but both great flankers released this year on the Stronger With You line. This is Stronger With You Sandalwood. And for me, Strong With You Sandalwood, honestly, for having sandalwood as the name of the flanker, oddly enough, I get more cedar wood. If I get this to focus, that would be great, right? I guess it just doesn't want to. There we go. Yeah, it's a green bottle, gold. I get more of a warm cedar with the sweetness, a little bit of that cinnamon spice. I don't really get the roasted chestnut out of this one much, but it's got the typical sweetness that you get from this particular DNA. It's just really good. It's not super creamy because it does have some vanilla and, of course, sandalwood, but it is a little on the creamy side. It's a warm, creamy wood fragrance, basically, with a sharp cedar early on. I get a lot of the cedar wood early on, then it dries into the sandalwood. Phenomenal performer as well. This one's pretty much a beast. You dial up the moderate spray range to 5, 6, 7 sprays. It's beastly at that point. Really good fragrance. I know a lot of people prefer this one to the Parfum. I think the Parfum is honestly, where we stand right now, the ultimate version of the DNA, the base DNA. It's the best evolution of it, true to form. Whereas as far as flankers that kind of twist and add something different, I could see where people would prefer this one. So it's a tomato, pick your poison, flavor of the month kind of thing for you, but they both made it for me. The Parfum in the first tier, the Sandalwood flanker in the second tier, because I just love the Strong With You line. It's a strong DNA in my opinion. Emporio Armani, Strong With You, Sandalwood. An odd one that came out early in the year that I haven't worn in the last few months, and I need to get it in the rotation. But Phantom Elixir from Rabanne. We've got another Rabanne release, and this is actually my favorite of the Phantoms. I have all of them. And this one's aquatic, dry and woodsy, a little smoky, but also has that typical sweetness of this line, almost more like Invictus sweetness than the sweetness you find in the other Phantoms. It's kind of weird how it worked out. But I think it's really good. Great performer, too. Another one, really strong fragrance. You don't need a lot of sprays, and it develops well. For being a oud fragrance, let's, air quotes on the oud, the synthetic stuff it's got in here. You can wear this one in the warm weather. You just don't spray a lot of sprays, because it can be a little cloyingly strong if you overspray this one, but transitional seasons like spring and fall into the winter time, you can spray away, do your thing, however you want to roll with it. I'm a moderate sprayer with something like this, 5 to 7 spray range. Does fine for me, lasts all day. I can smell it throughout the day. It's really good because it's a Parfum. It's a rich oil concentration. It performs as such, and it's got some nuance. It actually does develop a little bit for me in a typical sweet, mass-appealing design, modern men's designer from a brand like Rabanne that's known for sweet fragrances. It's got a little bit of depth to it. It's a sweet aquatic. Shocker, that's what they do. It's a sweet bubblegummy aquatic that also has a dry wood, smoky nuance that kind of takes it and gives it some character and some depth beyond what I find I get from the Parfum and the Intense and the original. So, don't knock it before you try it. It's Rabanne's Phantom Elixir. Now, I know a lot of people would put this in their top tier. I got it in the second tier. It's still, in my opinion, one of the best designers released this year. Givenchy Society Ambree. Yes. So I do get an interesting kind of Play-Doh accord from this one that blew people's minds the first time I smelled it. But then I get a lot of that creamy, balmy woods from the previous versions. I do get a nice creaminess to the way the iris comes across. It's powdery. It's sweet. It's super, super woodsy. With a big old hit of juniper, too. I get a lot of this juicy juniper berry aromatic smell in the opening. And it's not overly spiced from the nutmeg. Typically, nutmeg gives me this dry, woody, spicy accord, and I get a little bit of it. But I get more so a combination of all those creamy, balmy, woody elements with a nice hit of juniper at the top. Dries down into a strong woody aromatic. This is woody aromatic through and through with loads of different woody accords, both synthetics and realistic cedars and sandalwoods and tolu balsam creaminess and all these things a little bit on the resinous side as it dries. This is a really strong fragrance with serious depth to it. For being loaded down with woody accords, it's got some nuance. I know why people love it. I get it. I do prefer the Extreme a little bit more. The previous release is my number one. But this is a strong, strong follow-up, in my opinion. I know it's a lot of people's personal favorite, but man, what a good release from them. They tend to just drop heat every time they drop one in the Gentleman line. especially since they started doing these society fragrances. All of them are good. Literally all of them are good. And this one, nothing short of that. Another one that's one of the best designers released this year, Gentleman Society Ambree. Now, I liked Million Gold. At first I didn't. It grew on me quickly. I ended up buying a bottle. But right off Jump Street, Million Gold Elixir. Oh, this is the superior one. I get that acidic, citrusy orange smell with all the woods and the vanilla of the previous version, that warm wood smell of the previous. This is just better. A little bit of vanilla. Great performance. Love the jewel in the bottle, the way they added that. You know? I mean, I know it's not that important, but I don't know. I just nice little touch to it. I tend to get these 50 mLs a lot, as you can tell. So I don't need big bottles because I have a big collection. God knows if I ever go through this, right? But I have worn it a handful or so of times this year. It is some good stuff. I was torn with putting this in the first tier. I really like this one. Rabanne, they got 3 different lines that made it. All 3, Phantom, Million, 1 Million, and Invictus all put out a great flanker this year. All 3 made it into the top 2 tiers of what I believe to be overall the top 27. I know it's a lot of fragrances. There's just so many designers and so many good ones of the year. Beastly performance here as well, guys. So if you like the previous version, there is a little bit of an evolution here, but I do think it is a superior fragrance. If you only want to get one, I think skip Million Gold and get Million Gold Elixir, because it is just a really good woody fragrance. The first time I smelled this, I have a carded sample that Miss Heather sent me, and I was underwhelmed a little bit because I was like, damn, that's safe play from Prada. It smells really good. It's mass appealing. I'm sure it's going to work for a lot of people, but it's like, they could have did so much more, you know? But then I got a bottle and I started wearing it more. My wife loves when I wear this, and there's people that are still bitching. Some of you watching right now are about to piss, bitch, and moan that I think Prada Paradigme is actually one of the better designers released this year, hence why it's in my second tier. Because a bunch of grown-ass men aren't going to be able to hold themselves from being, I cannot believe, and it's sad. It's just my opinion. Me and my wife like it. It's okay if you don't. Some of you watching. There's worse things going on in the world than TLTG liking a fragrance you don't like. Give it a shot for the rest of you that aren't complaining right now and bitching at your screen because I picked a fragrance you don't like. Because I got some heat the last couple of times I wore it. Not real heat because it's stupid. It's online bullshit. It's not real heat. But I had to hear it about it's not worth $30. This crap. I can't trust you now. You're on Prada's payroll. I got that one too, that I'm on Prada's payroll because I got this fragrance and I like it. But it performs well. It's a sweet aromatic with some spices. Cardamom. Geranium is actually the aromatic. It gives a little bit of a sage smell to me, more so than like a heavy geranium. It's nice. It's actually really nice. It's a super safe fragrance from them. That still disappoints me that they went so safe, but in real world experience of wearing it, it smells good. It lasts most of the day for me. My wife loves when I wear it. I've worn since I got the bottle 3 times, and she compliments every single time I wear it. She loves the way this one smells. Added bonus. I mean, I like it too. It's not in here because she likes it. It's in here because we like it. It's an added bonus that she likes it too. So, again, guys, if you like something, don't let the tribe on the internet try to talk you out of liking something. Try things for yourself. If anything, you ever read anything or hear anything or see anything and it kind of interests you, get out and try it, especially with designers you can find at department stores. They'll have testers. Go try it for yourself. Because, yeah, I do believe this to be, it barely made it, but it made it into the second tier. In my opinion, and I'm standing on business on this one, whether you like it or not, I think one of the better designers released this year, actually, Prada Paradigme. Now, this is one that as we're getting this colder weather, I need to get it in my rotation. It's time. It's time. We had Amen Phantom was the last release. Banger. Amen Stellar. Banger. Pistachio. Booze. Leather. Patchouli. The usual patchouli DNA. Great performance. It smells like kind of an evolution of pure malt, which I love pure malt. I got pure malt. Instead of a whiskey accord, it's cognac, I believe. Get a little bit of leather. It's got that sweet boozy accord is the main thing here. That earthy green smell of the patchouli, that earthy creamy green smell But you get the creamy pistachio up top as well. A little pinch of spice on there. Great performance. This is such a good fragrance, and I don't think it gets a whole lot of love. That smells so freaking good. It's so good. There's another one that almost made the top tier. You know, it almost made the top tier. It was a safe play for the second tier, but obviously it's still getting some love and some spotlight because it deserves to. Because I think, from a designer standpoint, this is a great release. You don't always get complexity or kind of outside the box with designer fragrance releases. Normally it's just trend stuff. They're all doing kind of something similar to one another or the same thing at the same time. Whereas here, it's the tried and true DNA that's made, you know, Mugler men's fragrances so popular with this Amen bottle and this Amen patchouli DNA. And it's booze, it's leather, and it's pistachio. It's so many things that when you say them out loud, they don't sound like they go together. But when you blend them right, what a great fragrance that doesn't smell like other fragrances outside of several flankers blended together from its own line. So try this one if you haven't yet, guys. It is damn good, I think, anyways. Mugler's Amen Stellar. Ladies and gentlemen, I was so happy when they released this one, and I do think it's one of the best flankers they've ever put out. I think it's very handsome. It dries into a lot of leather and patchouli accord, but starts off true to the original with the aquatic green smell of Acqua di Gio. We've got Acqua di Gio Elixir. The little 50 mLs that you can get. It's in the low 100s from discounters. It's pricey for a 50 ml, but you don't need a lot of sprays. And it is an evolution, a rich evolution of a classic, of the real king of men's fragrances based on sales numbers, Acqua di Gio. This is so good. It really is so good. And I don't think it gets the love it deserves, really. It has that cologne 90s aquatic green smell to it, which Acqua di Gio made more famous than any other fragrance in the 90s. And it dries into a soft brown leather accord with some creamy patchouli. Creamy, slightly earthy. The patchouli they've used throughout the line, you know. It provides just a little bit of earthiness. It's so good. It's so good. Great performer, too. Does not smell like Profondo. I know the black bottle will make people think Profondo. No. Profondo's Profondo. The Parfum's closest thing to Profondo, if you're looking for that. It's not smoky incense, but boy, is it a good one. Boy, is it a good one. I was never going to put this in the top tier because I don't wear it enough, but because it came out very early in the year, but I knew from the start, I was like, yeah, that's going to be one of the best when it's all said and done. And I do believe it to be so. From Giorgio Armani, Acqua di Gio Elixir. Though it got very cheap very quickly and would be considered a cheapy release, it's a beloved designer brand, and I think it's their best flanker for this DNA because it evolved the original, that is another 90s classic. We're talking Issey Miyake L'Odyssey. Hit the desk on the way up. This is L'Odyssey Eau de Parfum. Even though they don't list yuzu, it still smells like that yuzu citrusy green smell because it's loaded with green. This is much more green and earthy, fir balsam, I believe cypress, woody. It's thicker, it's richer, it's got a nice density to the aroma basically. It's a handsome daily wear, kind of dapper man's fragrance that you can get away with dressing casually on up to a suit and tie if you really want to. Above average performer, you can get this fragrance for like $50 already for 100 ml. Like a month after it released, you get it for like 50, 60 bucks. Issey Miyake, they always put out great flankers. My favorite flanker before this one was a very simple one, Issey Miyake L'Odyssey Vetiver. It's a very fresh, watery, woody fragrance. Solar Lavender is really good. I mean, there's so many. L'Odyssey Sport's phenomenal. Always has been. The citrus and leather of that one with the aromatics. But this is true to the original. It's a modern evolution that's a heavier fragrance. It's more on the greens, but it doesn't stick. It doesn't veer away from the original's DNA profile. It's so prevalent in the opening of this fragrance. If you haven't tried this fragrance and you love L'Odyssey, you're going to need this one in your collection. L'Odyssey EDP. Last but not least, this was the last one to make the list. This was the button. I saved it for last because it was literally, I was like, you know what, why not? The only thing that would stop me from putting this on here is hearing bullshit from people in the comment section because they'll talk about the redundancy. But I love this DNA, this flankered DNA so much that I got all of them. I got the original. I got the reformulated Eau de Parfum. I've got lights. I've got the Parfum that came out last year that is my favorite. And I've got the Profondo Eau de Toilette. We've got two Acqua di Gio flankers in this second tier. And if you love Profondo, this is so worth trying. It tones back some of the sharpness of the synthetic Aquazone note and adds a bunch of citrus. It's very grapefruit dominant. It's juicy. It's so much brighter than the original, but still performs really well. It's still an above average 6 to 8 hour longevity fragrance. Really bright and strong in the first hour. This stuff screams off skin in the first hour. This is a good one. It's so good. It's so fresh and so bright, and it doesn't lack anything. It's not a stripped down version of the original, or what's now Profondo Eau de Parfum. It's a fresher, citrusy take on it. It's a citrus aquatic. And it's amazing. And it deserves a spot. It deserves, I almost talked myself out of this. And I was like, who gives a fuck what everybody else thinks? This video, I'm putting what I think. This is what I think. You're here to see what I think, right? So this is what I think. Now, is everybody going to agree? Absolutely not. Nobody ever fully agrees. But if you like Profondo, I urge you, get your nose on this. Get your nose on this if you like any of the Profondos. If you're a big fan of any one of them, including the original. This is the freshest one. This is the most citrus dominant one. It takes a lot of the green away. It's not just that green mandarin for your citrus. Like I said, a lot of grapefruit. A little bit of spice too. It's really good. It's just as aquatic. It's fantastic, for lack of a better term. It is fantastic. It deserved a spot. Like I said, shame on me for almost talking myself out of it. Sometimes I let what you guys think play a role in what I'm going to talk about. And maybe topic-wise or reviews y'all want to see, sure, that I absolutely should consider those things. But when it comes to how I feel about something, pro tip, don't let others influence what you think about something, including me. Don't let me influence what you think about a fragrance you like or a fragrance you don't like. Because you know what? I like this a lot. And I believe it to be one of the best designers released this year. So, to finish us off, Acqua di Gio Profondo Eau de Toilette. Well, that was 15 more. For a total of 27, we're stopping it there. We got 2 tiers of what I believe to be the best designers released this year, because we've had a lot of designer men's fragrances released this year. We've had a lot of really good ones that still I could have made this 30 fragrances overall, 15 and 15, and I could probably do another tier of pretty good ones. Maybe not the best of the best, but some pretty good ones to consider. Because there's tiers. There just is. And everybody's going to vary with their opinions and their taste on what belongs in what tier, and that's just all part of it. It's subjective art, and we all have an opinion, right? One of the most subjective hobbies you could have is loving perfume, because it's literally an art form where we are the variable. Our skin and our sense of smell are the variables. We could all have the exact same batch of the exact same fragrance and all feel different and smell different things and get different levels of performance and nose fatigue and blah, 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 blah. That's part of the fun, though, right? So they're all going to be linked down below if you want to check any of them out. Make sure to like and subscribe before you leave. We'll see you on the next one.